Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Pet Listener. How you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, we're talking about HDMI in Xbox One Series X. That's the one, which is here. So what it is that Xboxes in general, those newer ones especially, have looks like they would have more layers in the board, and the heat you're using, it's like, well, I feel it. I might be again wrong, but that's how I feel it. It's looking a bit like it's more than I use in PS, okay, PlayStations. But it's my feeling, and again, I might be wrong. I was calculating within minutes, and as well, it confirmed that, but maybe 2-3 layers more, and maybe that makes that huge difference. I don't know. Don't quote me. So, Xbox Series X don't have any components on the port side. It does have a chip on the second side of the board, and we will look at both sides. So let me switch to the scope. Okay, so I extracted port by applying heat from the bottom, and then I've applied solder on the second side, and that melted quicker those solder joints here, those 4 big ones, yes, on the sides, the ground pads, and that helped to remove the solder easier, I mean the port easier, yes. Now the green spot, which one you see here, it was cut off by me with a knife, and I left those here, yes, those I left. I should melt them as well, to be true, and I think I'll take them off, but that's what it is, yes. And now here are 19 pads. As you see, it's not perfect, but I didn't move it here, so I don't know why it happened, because this felt off. This port physically felt out. I didn't touch it a single time. So it was so hot that suddenly it just popped out. That's it, yes. So that's the better way. If you can't do it this way, then of course you will need other solution, like move it, and you don't want to move. You see here this chip? This chip is the chip which you don't want to overheat, and it's difficult to not overheat this chip, because this chip is here. So believe me, the distance from this to this, we're talking about maybe 5 millimeters, maybe, but that's top. You know, I wouldn't say that's 5 millimeters even, maybe 4. Okay, let's say 5. Yes, that's 5 millimeters. So what I'm doing is I'm pointing the heat like that, or like that, first like that, okay, first like that, more to the right, so that the heat dissipation will be more and more, and then more on this. When I see that this is a melted side, then what I'm doing is I'm then taking my heat and doing it a bit more like that, okay. So then I'm making sure that these ones, again, I had here whole blob, you see one which went out eventually, and here second which went out eventually. So you need to make sure that those holes are empty as well, because you won't be able to fit in new port. But it should fall out like my one fell out. Now customer was asking to replace this port, and let's look now. Okay, so customer was right about the condition of the port. We can see here the damage. Yes, it is a damage. So this could create a short and could damage even further. Hopefully it's working. This shouldn't be used, and this side is acceptable. This is not great, but it's acceptable. But this one is not acceptable, yes. So you can see the connectivity in between these two almost. So yeah, it's a good thing that customer have decided to do it what he done, because he just needed fixed. Okay, let's go back. Let's change the tip, because I've got really huge tip for the purpose of those ground parts. And let us put thinner tip like this tip. Okay, I've got 480 degrees and I'll keep it so it will be loud, and it's because I need to apply even more flux than it is here. Okay, I'll start off those at the top. Let's make some mess. Okay. Had a lot of on the syringe, so I wanna get back. Okay, so anyways, let me wipe the tip in the kitchen scrub bath. Okay, I'll show you for those who don't know this. Okay, so it's from the kitchen, really cheap and robust solution. Okay, let's direct it into this way so that I get better access with my soldering iron. Get the wick and let's try to wick it off. Again, I've got 480 degrees, which is a lot. The board is moving slightly, but that's okay. Still sticking? Wow, still sticking. 480 degrees, and this still struggling. So imagine yourself having a poor quality on this one. Okay, now it's okay. We don't need to be really perfect with it, but we need to take out most. Need to hold this board. Okay. So it's not popping out from... I don't know why. Usually it's okay. But literally, I'm not joking. It's making me... It does work without the wick, but with the wick it's not that pleasant to work with. Okay, so what I can do is I can replace for the bigger one. Ouch! Okay, so you see this, the thickness of the board is different than it's on PS5. That's how I feel it, yes? Again, I might be wrong, okay, I might be wrong, but that's my feeling, that it's the Xbox boards are thicker. I'm using the same iron, the same temp, doing... Oh, now it's dropping because I wasn't moving too much. See, and it's stuck. Okay, let's switch off this. Let's take that bigger tip. See, I don't look at those things when I'm doing. I see that something is not working. I'm replacing, and then what I replaced it with, I'll show you. It's a big tip like that. Okay, now let's turn it back on. I'll cut the excess of this wick. Okay, and let's try it again with this, because this is much 250, so no, not yet. Let's wait. 280, 90, 300. See, it's going, it's climbing, but it's not instant. Okay, so again I'll hold the board. 360 degrees. Ouch! It's already really hot. Oh, no discussion this time. 450. Doesn't stick at all, completely. No sticking. But are we there yet? Yeah, no sticking this time. See? Okay, so this is still stubborn. The rest went out and this is still stubborn. Okay, still not fun. No fun here. Okay, that's weird. And what about the, get this one out. What about the 19 pins now? 19 paths, because these are not in the port. These are here. Okay, can I wick them off? Yeah, these are wicking, no problem. Okay. Okay, great. So the phase number 1 is dealt with. Now we can spray some IPA. Postman came. Okay, so I cleaned it. I cleaned with a old toothbrush. Yes. And then with a cloth, IPA on it, and I saved it as a time. You can see this is acceptable. This is not perfect, but it's acceptable, so we can work with it. Now we need to apply fresh flux, and fresh flux is here on these pads and on these 4 as well, ground pads. Yes. So I'll pause again. I'll clean the bit because I don't like those black thingies, and on top of that, at the end of the video I will show what came. Yes, if you're curious, I mean. If no, that's okay. Let's go back to this. So we are using a bit of flux. Oh no, not flux yet. I wanna clean with something quite sharp. Is it all good? Okay. Okay, that's no blackness. Yeah, this is no blackness as well. I thought it's here is looking like a bit dodgy. Because then the solder won't hold. Okay, let's get the brush. Still, I'm not happy with this one. Okay, I think I have to just let go and see how it will go. It will be pushed anyway first, so I wanted to do the major stuff and the minor doesn't matter. I'm changing to this from this big one to the small one again. Usually I use only the small one because I've used the big one because I wasn't happy with what was going on. I'll keep on 480. Okay, let's switch on. Let's put flux here and those as well. Okay, that's it. Okay, we got it. And let's put fresh solder. I'll wipe as well the tip. So let's get some solder blob. Okay. Okay. Now, in regards to those 4, just as long as they will take something, it not really matter how much, as long as they will take, that's fine. Okay, 15 minutes video, that's not too bad, like for the job I've shown you. Okay, now all that's left is the other side. Clean it. Yes, we can leave it as is because we don't have any burned flux or anything, so it's fine. Here is nasty, so we should try to clean it. This nastiness, okay, because it's brownish, so I'll spray it again, I'll clean it, I'll unpose it. Okay, again, here I don't care because I'll be heating and it will be fine, but it's all components are present, nothing is missing, and here is fine. So I can just turn it around. I'll show you what I'm going to do so I won't record it. Yes, I will do like that, and I'll get the heat from the bottom like this. I'll get heat from the bottom, and when I see that it's melting, why it's looking so okay, it's just flux. Once I'll see that the heat is, you know, melting these, then I can put the port on top to grab it. So still I need to do that. So I'll pause it because it's no value for you to watch a few minutes of heating up and seeing until it will melt and then dropping it off. Yeah, so be right back. Okay guys, so I would like to tell you more about what happened here, which is easier to understand now when I've done it and I can explain it with my words. So I was heating from the bottom, but only at the end. I start off to heat from the top because I could control when they were melting. Hold on a second, I'll switch off this. When they were melted, yes, those 4 ground pads. When I seen that 1 or 2 were starting to melt from the edge side, then I moved gently to the left. Again, why? Because there's this chip, remember. The less heat we put on it, the less risk is that we can damage something, or that the heat can cause moving of that chip or something, you know, just common sense. If you've got experience, you don't need to look at it that much, but if you are a beginner, it's worth keeping this one in mind. Now, when it started to let go, and all of them 4 were now melted, I took out to the bottom, yes, and it took a while, but not that long. I would say less than a minute, and I was heating, and I've seen that again those on the side were quicker, and then I moved gently the hot air closer to that end, and I've seen the last one was melting as well. Then I've waited for like few seconds. I took the port closer because I had it here lying, so it's warm up. Because it's warm up, it was hotter, so it's better to dump it when it's hotter. So I've placed it, and I've seen that this side was popping out, so I've used my tweezers, press it, and let go. And that was the old procedure. So that's how you're doing. Now the last procedure in it is to correct the pads, which we have at the back of the port. Okay, so scope is on. Let's put the light on. Let's switch to the scope. Okay. Okay, how's our alignment going on? It's fine. Okay, so now sometimes it's possible that more or less of them are stiff, but hey ho, we need to correct, we will. Okay. Well, see, it's loose, actually loose. Some of them will be holding. Okay, this time it's not that many as I thought, but at least we dealt with these, so they are stiff, yes? The solder has pushed through, and we will correct this side, but let me look here. I'll tell you. Okay, they are okay. Could be, this one is quite big actually. This could be slightly lower, but these went out properly. This one is sort of okay, sort of okay, sort of okay. So only this one will need a correction. But at least it's done, so you don't have to worry about it. And all you have to do is take a small iron correct them all. Add more flags if you wish, you know. I like to add more flags because it's easier for me, so I'll start it. I won't finish it, but that's end of the procedure, so I'll switch the video off because that's 20 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long. Before I'll assemble it, before I'll do it, you know, it's just too much. Okay, I don't need 480. I'll change to 400 now. It's really not needed 480 degrees for this one. Let me clean the tip again in this kitchen scrub bath, whatever you call it, steal something. Okay, I'm holding firmly so refocus. You can skip the video or leave me some like button meanwhile when I'm doing that. I'll do quickly, I won't go too crazy about it at this stage. Okay, and let's check them now, how they are working. Oh, still, you see, this one is stubborn. This one don't wanna hold. Okay. Are we there yet? Yes, we are. Oh no, second is even bad. Look, I was trying to be too quick so that you will have shorter video. Now I need to pay the price for it. That's what it is. You're trying to do something too quickly. So robust. Oh, not robust. Third is okay. Fourth is okay. Guys, I'll pause it. I'll correct them and actually no. You know what? You see how it's made. I'll switch off this because I promised to do something at the very end. Those who want, they can. They can finish watching. Those who want to see what came in the parcels, and maybe I'll make a video about it, maybe I won't, but I can show you what came. I don't know what came. I know what I've ordered, but I'm expecting. Those who want to switch it off, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Thank you for all the likes and subs. 2 ports, yes, great. 2 PS5 ports. That's a different batch than I have. Okay, because my batch, I don't know what's wrong with my batch, but I've replaced ports, and in one I had to replace an HDMI encoder. That's 48 quid, and I've got now picture, but this picture is not great. Yes, so I've decided to maybe order from another batch, because what else can you do? You know, like, you know, everything is right and should be fine. And again is PS5 or 4 HDMI encoder probably. Panasonic, yes. Yes, okay. So that's PS4 HDMI encoder, because I don't have any more of them as well. So I've got for PS4, I've got for PS5 now. Oh no! Oh, there's several of them. That's China delivery. Anything? Nope. Empty. Okay, what's that? 0402 capacitors. I didn't have 0402 capacitors. They are tiny. That's the last of the side, and piezoelectric. Those. Sometimes I need them for some project. I didn't have any. It's quite big actually. Maybe in future I'll order the smaller ones as well. 0402 are the smaller capacitors, and I need even smaller 02 ones. I'll order it as well. Sometimes in those newer consoles you can lose something, and then it's a pain for you if you don't have it. What else is here? You know what we got? Now I'll make a video about it definitely. So there is one product which I'll make a video about. These are filaments for the LEDs, the lights. So my plan is to use the battery. Yes, it's a different warmth, different voltage. So yeah, I've got smaller, bigger ones. I think the smallest is about 9 watts or 5 watts. Don't see here such small ones. That's a big one. Wow, that's about 15 watts, I'd say. Okay, let me find a way and cut it here, because there's no point to drag it. Wow! Look at my palm and look at the size of this. That's something, guys. Wow. Okay, so I'll make a video about it definitely. I've got, I think, 9, 11 and 15 watts. These have a lot of voltage, so my plan is to not push current through all of them, but to connect them in the, not in the series but in the parallel, and get them lower voltage so that they won't push so much current through themselves, and then use buck converter, yes, so that I won't have to use 100% of power on them. So in that case their lifespans should be far better. Yes, only when I have to full power. When I don't have to, I can use buck converter and use less current. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.